Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from the beautiful metaverse, and more specifically, beautiful Danville, Illinois, homeland of the Correllian tradition. And I am here with Mary Hawk from Divination TV, and we are at Lustration Hall for the Correllian Lustration 2020, all of the wonderful goings on starting now. And today, of course, is Midday with Reverend Don. Welcome. And as you know, if you follow Midday with Reverend Don, you can your questions or comments into whatever platform you might be watching on. If you're watching live, they'll show up here in our chat room and we can talk directly. And hello to Janet in the chat room. It's good to see you, Janet. And we're going to talk with some setup phase for everything. Yes, quite a lovely setup here with the giant rescued by Pam Griffith and the lovely lunar table rescued by Pam Griffith, and we're very grateful for that. And hello to Arlene in the room. It's good to see you. And Mary, how are you today?
I am great. It's good to be here. This is my first lustration.
Oh my God, that's true. That's going to be interesting.
It is. I've done the online ones.
It's been a while since we've had an in-person one, and illustrations are unlike, and hello to Christine in the chat room, they're unlike anything else. The energy can be very, very strong at times. But the main thing is everybody who's here, getting to meet each other, getting to spend
Yes.
time together. And it's always very exciting and very comforting in its way.
Yes.
It's often described as being a family reunion, and it has very much that feel to it. And hello to Ed in the chat room.
Hi, Ed,
And
Arlene, Janet.
And Ed says, it's a joy. 5 years, which is how long it's been. 5 years ago, and I've been getting lots of memories on my Facebook, was the 40th Jubilee of my time in office as first priest. It was here in Danville. Every 5 years we do lustration in Danville, and in between it goes to other places. And hello to Paula in the chat room. It's good to see you, Paula. And it is just wonderful for people to be able to get back together in person again. And so far, everyone is very excited. So how are you finding things so far,
Oh,
other than GPS?
you took my joke right out of my mouth, folks.
It might be a little psychic there.
Yes, he is a little psychic, So it's been great. I've been meeting people for the first time, getting set up here, checked into the hotel, touring Danville a little, and I'm enjoying it so far, getting everything set up so Don can do midday, and we're going to do Tarot Thursday here, live from Lustration tonight.
Yes, indeed. And I'm assuming, I don't necessarily know exactly how Tarot Thursday will come together because we still have to plan it, but I'm assuming that where we usually are doing readings for people online, and I'm sure we may still, but we also have people who are physically here to have their reading.
Yeah, we'll take readings from people here who want to have a reading done. And then we can also do online readings. Maybe we'll go back and forth.
Yeah. And hello to Rev Michael in the chat room. And Edward says, I hear you well. That's very important.
Yes, it is.
And that was one of our concerns. I mean, we've been testing the technology all morning. As you know, if you've been watching Midday with Reverend Don this week, I've repeatedly said everything depends on that technology, but it looks like everything's working beautifully. And everybody here is working together to get things set up. It's just already a wonderful time.
It is. And I am going to step away and let you interview a couple of other people now.
Pam, are you ready? And we are bringing Pam Griffith directly from being in the middle of a job. Pam is busily setting up the ancestor altar, which is going to be very spectacular.
Yes.
So how are you?
I am good now. It's a long drive up. We enjoyed it. I think we're having more fun decorating than anything else right now because that's the fun part.
Yes, indeed.
Just getting it to look the way you want to look at the off after when everybody comes in. For those who didn't come, you're missing out on some really great stuff. We got all kinds of classes. We have raffles. We have fun games to play. I mean, we got a whole slew of stuff to do. Painting if you want to paint. Sounds more like daycare than illustration. But
Lots and lots of fun activities. And of course, all of the big ritual items of the weekend. What are you most looking forward to?
somebody's saying they like what I cooked this week.
There we go.
Wow. So, yeah, you're missing out on great food too. So we got a lot of great food coming in, and just the camaraderie of everybody that's coming in.
Yes. That's probably I think the biggest thing about illustrations.
I still have friends from my first illustration, and that was at the Gray Elephant.
Yeah,
And I'm still friends with almost everybody that's still alive
that's
from
wonderful.
there. So yeah, so it's been 20 some years.
And we want to say hello to Lady Kai in the chat room and hello to Brenda in the chat room and also 2 rooms over here in the building.
Hey, fucking haunt. No, you guys are missing out on a great time. It sounds like a lot of work, and it is, but it's for a great ending because when you come in and you get to see everybody and hang out and
Yeah.
just talk to people that you've only talked to online and really get to know people, it's a whole different experience. Illustrations are awesome. Only every 5 years now. And now we got some cool stuff at illustrations. So I mean,
Yeah.
raffles and games and toys and
We had people singing "It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year" earlier in the day. And for many Correllians, it's true.
yeah, I mean, every 5 years it's here, guys. That's a coffee a day if you put away for it. And it's the road trip is fun. We came up from Florida.
Mhm.
So
Long trip.
that was a long trip, but we came up from Florida. So it was nice ride up. It was a very good ride. I was surprised it wasn't overly hot.
Yeah.
Because remember, Florida is like, I don't know, it's close to the sun, like really close to the sun.
It seems like we're being very fortunate with weather conditions for this event, leading up to it and everything.
Because it's nice and cool out there.
Yeah.
It's not like 400 degrees humidity. So it's really awesome out there.
Yeah, and at this time of year, it could be much different.
Yeah, that's what we've been watching and driving through Hurricane
Mhm.
Alley. Everybody was thankful for us and let us know because you don't always get the news stations where you're at. So we had a couple people texting and letting us know where the hurricanes were coming across. It was a long drive for a lot of us. Even Mary had a good
Oh, yeah.
hike to come in on. Having those people is telling us, hey, the weather looks like this where you're going. Believe it or not, it was a lot of fun to hear from you, but it was also really nice. So as we were coming through to keep an eye out, because
Yes.
you have enough trouble keeping your eye out for the truckers and the people who like have no problem while they're driving like they're from Florida. So
And we want to say hello to Antonio in the chat room, who also is two doors over.
yeah.
And hopefully he will work his way up here for an interview during the half hour.
Okay, see, that's what they're doing. They're all hiding. So now I got to find out where all the hot spots are. Eat slave labor. Well, I'm going to let you go. I've got to get back
Yes, indeed.
to Ancestor.
Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you. And you guys are missing out more than you know.
And Mary. So that was Pam Griffith. We're very, very thankful that she took the time to join us. And now we're being joined by Mary Cavalcante. Hi, Mary.
Hi.
So how are you doing?
Doing good. It's my first illustration too.
What do you think so far?
So far, so good.
And
So good.
And with you are your son and the official dog of Lustration,
Yes.
Snickers.
Snickers. Oh yeah, he's helping out quite a bit.
Yes, indeed. And Christine says, thank you for all of the live broadcasts this weekend for those of us who can't be with you in person.
Hi, Arnie.
And yeah, I mean, that's the idea. We know not everyone who would like to be here can be physically here, and we want to help you to have a sense of what's going on, to feel like you are here um, as much as possible, because, in spirit, you are. So what are you looking forward to most? Or do you know?
Everything.
I think it's going to be a wonderful weekend.
Yes, yes, it is. Filled with all kinds of stuff. I'm looking forward to meeting everyone for the first time and seeing people that I've met several times again.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's your first lustration, but not your first rodeo.
No, no.
And what would you say has been your favorite thing in your Correllian experience so far?
Getting my first degree
Mm-hmm.
was very exciting. Yeah, I think that's been the most exciting so far.
Wonderful.
Yes. And then looking forward to my second degree on my fourth month,
Mm.
fifth month, maybe fifth month, fifth.
Well,
Month.
congratulations. You've not reached the chapter of terror yet.
No, not yet, not yet.
It looks like you know which one that is. It's chapter 9.
Okay,
People either love it or they hate it.
I think I'll love it.
I think you will. People who work a lot with energy usually do enjoy it. And chapter 9 of second degree is the binder chakra system. It's full of all kinds of information. So, what would you tell people, since you have this moment to tell them?
What would I tell them? Be nice to each other. Life is short.
Yeah, this is true. It goes by faster than you expect.
Sure does.
I remember being a child, and the days were so long, and the years seem to go on much, much longer than they go now.
Yeah. All you
And
wanted to do was grow up.
yeah,
Be an adult, have your adventures.
and now someone mentions something, and I think, how many years ago was that?
Yeah, exactly.
And
you're thinking it was like just 10, but no, it's been like 20 or 30.
it's true, and I was warned of that as a child by my grandmother. But you don't understand. And hello to the little pagan that could. And
I'm always tardy to the party.
and the little pagan that could asked if we could give her a rundown on what lustration is. And we talked about that earlier in the week, but we'll go over it briefly again. And lustration, in the most literal sense, lustration is blessing with lustral water, which is water blessed with light. But in this sense, it's a ceremony which confers the blessing of the ancestors upon all of the members of the tradition through sacred lustral water, which is blessed with the light or energy of the ancestors. And that is the high point of the weekend, usually the last event of the weekend or close to it. And it also is an encapsulation of Correllian theology in the form of one very formal ritual, certainly the most formal thing we do. Because normally we're not given to formal scripted rituals. We're normally very much of the speak from the heart variety of ritualists. But with lustration, because it is a recapitulation of our theology, and because often there are people in the ritual who found out 5 minutes before it began that they were going to be in it, it is a little more heavily scripted. It's a very beautiful ritual, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. Also this weekend, we have the double investiture of the new first priesthood. For those who are not familiar with that, Lady Crystal, of course, has been retired in office for many years. I am now retired in office for not quite 1 year. And the new first priesthood, the new active first priesthood, are Reverend Phoenix and Reverend Alyssa, and they will be being formally installed in their office this weekend. And this will be done on the banks of the Vermilion River. It's going to be a beautiful ceremony, and I hope that you'll be watching because we will be bringing it to you live.
We'll be there.
And yeah, it will be quite a lovely time. And Correllian tradition says, the Correllian tradition says, make sure to check out, like, and subscribe to the Correllian Mother Temple's new YouTube channel. Absolutely. And the little pagan that could says, wonderful, thank you so much for the answer. And hello to Zayla, who gives us greetings from Dublin, Ireland. And there we are. And of course, you can see everything we're doing at Correllian TV from all the many different platforms that you would be watching this on, from CorrellianTV.com, from paganworld.co, from I think it's from the Pagan World page, from our Instagram, from all those good places. So, is there anything else you'd like to talk about while you're here?
No.
Okay.
I think I've showed everyone how nervous I am enough.
Okay. Thank you for joining us.
Bye, guys.
Could you see if Reverend Antonio is available? So these are some of the things we're doing. We're busy getting ready for all of the events of this weekend. It's going to be quite exciting. And I'm going to be joined by Mary Hawk again. And Zayla is asking, where is it going to be seen? And Christine says the artwork behind you is absolutely lovely. So the live cast can be seen, the ones that we're doing, at CorrellianTV.com, all the different Facebook pages you might be watching this on, the Pagan World site, well, on Divination TV as well, and going out through many, many different platforms. So watch for them, and they will be coming. The next one will be Tarot Thursday this evening, which we'll be filming live here. And in response to Christine, yes, these two pieces have been with us for decades.
Maybe we can scoot out and show the Correllium a little bit. Yeah, we can move the camera back. Just a moment, folks. There we go.
And this is a giant Correllium, which was made many years ago by a witch school student, well over 20 years ago. And above it, you will see another piece, which was made by Andrew, who is the consort of Sandy, who were friends of Lisa Tuitt, who was Witch School's first program. And it's a tabletop, but it's usually used more as an altar piece. And there we are. Now, Zayla says,
Oh, you mean I cannot go to meet you?
of course, you just have to fly into Danville.
We are in Danville, Illinois, at the clubhouse of the
It's the Harrison Park Clubhouse,
Harrison Park Clubhouse.
and we'll be here all weekend. Now, lustrations are held in different locations every time, but every 5 years they come back to Danville, which is the homeland of the Correllian tradition, as I say every day when we start this program. And so we keep one lustration of the ancestors here every 5 years to maintain our connection to this area. And as more and more things happen, I think we'll be seeing a lot more Correllian things happening here in our old stomping grounds.
And I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, indeed. It is definitely interesting to be back here after so very many years. And um, they say you can't go home again. And in a sense, that's true. And they also say you can't step into the same river twice because the water will have changed, and it certainly has. But what I'm finding is that there's so many things that are still here that are very familiar, and so many things that are not, so many things that have changed.
Yeah, I've experienced the same thing. I grew up in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and when I go back for a visit, I can't necessarily find my way around anymore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you were to try to take the route to the house I grew up in, that road isn't there now.
Wow.
That they literally moved it. Never quite understood why, but you can still get there, but you have to know the new route. I saw my old middle school, um, which they called a junior high school at the time when it was many years ago. Dinosaurs were still around.
I went to junior high as well.
Yeah, and this was a large sprawling building with flat roofs, very modern. And every now and then there was a little atrium with a little garden inside growing up through the flat roof. Today, they've replaced all those roofs with more typical slanted roofs. It makes it look very different. However, in this climate, it's a much wiser choice. And Christine says, "What is the population of Danville?" I believe it's 29,000 now.
I'm asking Google.
Okay. It is certainly less than it was when I was young, but that's true for all of the smaller towns, certainly in Illinois. I think across the country. When I was growing up, it was 39,000. But I think a lot of those people are still here. Oh, 28,000. Okay.
472. So,
One of the things that is inescapable is that so many of the older rural communities are not what they were. Danville's held up better than many, although I recently read it's considered the loneliest place to live in the United States.
that's interesting.
That is, but they're basing it partly on the number of single-person households, and I'm not sure that, for me, that necessarily corresponds to lonely. But but it's interesting.
Now, when I was a single mother, I had a network
Yeah.
of other single mothers.
So it kind of depends what you do with it.
It does. I wouldn't have said I was lonely.
Yeah. One of the things that I notice, and I mean, this is not recent and I've noticed it years ago, but one of the big differences in Danville now are all the beautiful murals that are painted downtown, and a real attempt to beautify downtown Danville has taken place. And I happened to see Lord Jason, so let us bring him on for a moment.
All right.
Hi, Jason.
Hi, everyone.
How are you today?
I'm okay.
Busy?
Busy, very, very busy.
As I was saying earlier, we're in the process of setting up the location. I think things kind of informally start around 3 today. The actual opening ceremonies are tomorrow at 3, I believe. And we will be live casting those. Janet says, "Hi, stranger," to you.
Yeah.
And Lady Kai says, "Hi, Jason," to you.
I am looking forward to seeing everybody here at Lustration. I really am. It's going to be a great time. As we pointed out to them, it's like a family reunion. We've already have several people here. It's already starting to be amazing.
Yes, it is. It's been actually quite a fun morning.
Yeah.
we need more caffeine, but
Okay,
that's coming. I believe it might be in preparation even now, or certainly soon.
Yeah.
Because there's never enough caffeine.
No.
And hello to Abigail Elizabeth Hester in the chat room. It's good to see you.
Hi, Abigail.
And it's there are a lot more people here than we're bringing on, but they're busy. So, and Lady Kai says you can find the lustration schedule at Correllian.com on the lustration page. So, so you can see in advance what's going to be happening. I think we have published our live streaming schedule. We probably want to publish it again. But all of the major ritualistic aspects are going to be live streamed. The classes will not. Certainly not. Well, not the social time, for example, and definitely not the initiations. We're not like some traditions where initiations are a big dark secret, but we do try to keep them private. So that when people come for their initiation, it's a new experience for them, and they don't exactly know what to expect. So there certainly will not be film from that, but from the opening ceremonies, from the ancestor memorial, from the investiture, from the deeming ceremony, from the retirement party for me, and from the lustration, we will be live casting all of that.
Definitely a changing of an era. It really is.
Although I will remind everyone, I'm not dead yet.
No,
I'm still a member of the first priesthood, but I'm retired in office, which means I'm not doing stuff anymore.
no, that's not correct. I think he's busier now than he's ever been, but that's just me, my personal opinion. But
Well, that actually is true. Someone was asking me the other day how it felt to be retired. I believe it was Dee Dee who was asking, and I think what I said was, it's fine if you can call this retired, because I think I am busier than I was previously. And I certainly will remain part of the tradition and part of the leadership of the tradition, but the active first priest is now Reverend Phoenix, and the active first priestess, Lady Alyssa, and they have been for months now. And I think they're doing a wonderful job, and I'm hoping they'll be here tomorrow while we're broadcasting, and we can have a few minutes to talk with them. And we may also have unplanned
guest appearances.
Yeah.
I mean, there are 40, 50 people planning on being here at this lustration.
Yes. We want to say hello to Cheryl in the chat room. It's good to see you, Cheryl. And with that, we've come to the end of our half hour. Tomorrow, we will be back from here again, maybe in this spot, maybe in another one, but somewhere in this building. And we'll have lots more interviews and probably go well over our half hour tomorrow, although not too far over. So with that, let us close with our prayer as we always do. Divine Mother Goddess, Divine Father God, beloved ancestors, we thank you for all that you do for us in our lives, and we rejoice in this walk we walk together. And we thank you for this blessed time of lustration that brings our spiritual family together to strengthen our bonds, both to each other and to you. Beloved ones, with great love, we thank you for all that you do for us in our lives, and knowing you're always with us, but from respect, we thank you for your presence. May you be blessed now and always. May you be blessed now and always, and we'll see you tomorrow.